Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Valeria and this is the Off-Road Range. In each video, I talk about who I am and what I do, and it takes up precious video time. So I would appreciate if you would subscribe and watch the previous videos in order to know more. I continued to work on building my local treatment station. In the last video, I removed some of the fertile soil of my land to better study the age of the earth for later diggings excavation and for placing bulk materials on it. In this video, I make the stake out of the dimensions of the local treatment station and manholes in it. I conduct exploratory drilling for the purpose of geological analysis of soils, and I start cleaning the old well. These are the following stages of work that are necessary for understanding whether I can build a local treatment station on the site at all. For analysis, the soil layers: density, water saturation, drainage, aggressiveness, the influence of soils on each other. For understanding the effect of groundwater on the concrete, on the sand and crushed stone that will be used at drainage around concrete walls. And for understanding whether and what kind of drainage is needed in the future. Now you see the boundaries of the local treatment station, its capacity and the thickness of the walls, which are marked with rebar. The bricks mark the boundaries of the inspection manholes, as once in a while I need to go down there, check the condition and sometimes clean completely. The manhole dimensions are made as small as possible in order to preserve the barren surface of the top concrete layer as much as possible. So these manholes are made for a small person. The stake out is necessary to see the dimensions in reality, as a design program doesn't always give you an idea of what the facility looks like. All the objects on the site have to be sought out in advance. But each time I face new data and difficulties, and sometimes I have to change the plan according to what the land will allow. My possibilities are largely determined not by what I want, but by what the terrain allows, the geological structure of the land. I knew from the beginning that there would be complex engineering earthworks on my property. I have said before, and I will say it again now, that although my plot is in relatively flat terrain, nevertheless it is in mountainous terrain, which means rocky soils, rock and clay. Nowadays, when building any object, it is necessary to conduct exploratory drilling every time in order to understand the possibility of building in a particular place. I need to understand what result I need and how I can completely, safely and logically build everything I need, preserving the integrity of the local ecobalance. Therefore, exploratory soil drilling has already been done at various points on the site. Today, during the day, all the holes will be backfilled, most of the soil will be sent to the lab for testing, and a small portion of the soil will remain on my site as a sample and for visual testing on the site for me personally. So the fourth hole is over. This is the last one. This one is the closest to the well. The well itself is here, and the level of the water in this hole is a little bit higher than in others, but it is logical. When the results are ready, I will know the soil composition, the aggressiveness of soil and water, and other parameters. And if necessary, I will have to correct the project according to the requirements. You see that this soil is from different layers. And all of the soil is different density, different color, different composition, different humidity percentage. When the results are ready, I will know the soil composition, the aggressiveness of soil and water, and other parameters. And if necessary, I will have to correct the project according to the requirements. You may see that they are totally different. At the same time this drilling works, it is necessary to start cleaning the old well in order to understand its condition, to clean it, and to try to use it for technical needs. The goal and purpose of my local treatment station is to completely recycle organic debris into clean water that I can even use for drinking with proper additional filtration. As you know, in December 2022, I bought 2,500 square meters of land. In May 2023, I moved there. And I knew that there is an abandoned well in the thickets. From May to September 2023, I was trying to find this well since I needed clean water. Finally, when I found it, it turned out that it is unsuitable for drinking water. So I had to hide it in order not to fall in sight. For more than a year, lots of small trees and plants grew around, and it became overgrown one more time. Now when I have the next stage of my works, I need to clean it in order to clean the well itself and to pump it out. And I will need this well for technical water for my further works. And firstly, I will show you how it looks now. Dear friends, I recommend you to subscribe to my channel. Here you can not only watch useful engineering and construction works, but also study socially acute topics in other playlists, or just watch my videos for your own pleasure and rest your soul. I also have a dream of 10,000 subscribers by Christmas, and I ask you to help me realize it. Please subscribe to me, leave a conscious comment, and share my videos with your friends. I will be very grateful to you. So this is the well itself under this pallet. I cleaned it very quickly. I mean that I just removed all the roots and all the trees and an old fence. I removed it in order to free this well. This treatment station is a development of many engineers, and I want to apply it on my plot, adapted to my climatic conditions, thus creating organic waste recycling and reuse of nature's resources. Although complete recycling of organic waste seems to be a difficult task, the percussion filter was reproduced by men following the example of nature in the late 19th century. And at the beginning of the 20th century, many technologies were developed to recycle waste by bacteria. More than 100 years have passed, but mankind hasn't repaired the damage done to nature and hasn't started to live as ecologically friendly as possible. On the contrary, mankind has advanced in the ways of destroying and subjugating each other, in the number of wars and in the scale of destruction of all living things. I believe that we should use the technologies for the good, and ecology protection should become a priority in all countries and branches of industry and economy. Technologies for preservation and restoration of nature should be not only available for every person, but also obligatory for use from the very childhood, regardless of nationality, age, status, and standard of living. Perhaps the condition of this wall is even worse than the previous one. And this one is very dangerous because it doesn't have any protection at all, and it doesn't have a concrete ring on the soil, on the ground. I brought the drainage pump very quickly in order to pump out water out of the well. There are lots of leaves, lots of garbage, silt, algae, soil. So let's turn it on for the first time. The smell from the well is just awful, but the same smell was from the first well. I need to turn it off. So yes, the same smell was from the first well, but as you know, now it is cleaned. So you see how dirty it is? And I think that it will be a separate pleasure to clean such a dirty well in cold temperatures. So for today the work is over, and I will continue tomorrow or in a few days. It will depend on the water level and on my future work. So, what are the results of the work that has been done? I have made the stake out of the local treatment station. I marked out the dimensions of the excavation for heavy equipment. I conducted geological drilling to analyze the soils and understand the complexity of the work. And I started pump water out of the well to analyze its suitability for use. What are the following difficulties I encountered? It actually took me a long time on the project to design the manholes while maintaining the bearing capacity of the top layer of concrete. I found water in all the exploratory holes higher than I expected. There is still no clarity on the quality of the well, on its performance. At the very least, the task becomes pumping out water, cleaning it, and investigating it. In addition, as I showed in previous videos, in my new shipping container there is plenty of rebars that I should cut for the frame of the local treatment station. And it will be dozens of pages of calculations and dozens of hours of cutting outside in winter. And many other tasks. So be sure to subscribe and watch all the videos on my channel. It was Valeria, the Off-Road Range. I wish you all the best and see you soon.